What's up, squad? MLB's on All-Star break. Shohei's probably launching baseballs into the moon. And let's be honest, your sportsbook app feels a little too quiet right now. But don't panic. We're not going dark. We're going deep into the WNBA 2-game slate tonight. Only 2 games, but we've got one juicy public fade spot and one potential trap. And you know Split Labs has the data to back it. If you're new here, welcome to the Split Labs YouTube channel, where the sharpest betting insights meet cold, hard public data. Hit that like, sub, and don't forget, splitlabs.net is live with public betting splits, prop tools, and more. All right, got the Minnesota Lynx at 18-4, hosting the Chicago Sky, sitting at 7-13. Tip-offs at 8 p.m. Eastern, and let me tell you, this is the most lopsided board of the night. Minnesota's laying minus 10.5, and 67% of bets are riding with the Lynx to cover. But it's not just the bet count. 88% of the money is on Minnesota. That's a ton of liability stacked on one side. Money line, same story. 83% of bets, 59% of the money, all on Minnesota to win outright. The implied win probability, 82%. Basically, the books are saying this one's cooked. But here's the weird part. The spread hasn't budged past minus 10.5. When that much money's hitting one side and the line's frozen, that's called resistance. Or, as we like to say, Vegas might be baiting you to chase the steam. Now, let's talk total. We've got an over-under of 161.5. And check this out. Just 43% of bets are on the over, but the under is pulling 69% of the money. That's sharp action on the under. And it makes sense. Minnesota plays slow and efficient, and Chicago's offense is, it's in the bottom third in scoring. This could easily be a blowout that crawls under the total in the 150s. So, what are we working with here? You've got a massive public favorite, sharp money on the under, and a line that's refusing to move. Feels like a classic chalk under combo, but the real question is, if 88% of the money's on Minnesota, why hasn't this line jumped to minus 11.5 or even minus 12? And hey, only a 2-game slate means you're probably eyeing this one real close. Do you go full unit on Lynx minus 10.5 and sweat the fourth quarter bench rotations? Or are you riding with the sharps on the under and hoping for bricks? Drop your angle in the comments. Spread, total, or if you've got a sneaky prop bet you like.
All right, let's put a bow on game 1 with the Split Labs leans based on everything we're seeing in the data. Look, nearly 90% of the money is on Minnesota minus 10.5, and the book hasn't flinched. That's usually a signal to pump the brakes. If the books were scared, this would have moved to minus 11.5 by now. So the official Split Labs stance, we're not laying double digits here. If anything, it's a small lean to Chicago, plus 10.5. Gross, I know, but sometimes the gross bets are the right ones. And if you don't trust the Sky to keep it close, this might just be a spread pass altogether. Total lean, strong lean under 161.5. Now the under, that's where it gets spicy. Only 43% of bets, but 69% of the money. Slow tempo, one team with elite defense, one team that struggles to score. That's the trifecta. Split Labs is making this one official. we're leaning under 161.5 as the sharpest play in this game. Expect a slower pace, low shot volume, and a final score that lives somewhere around 150 or below. To recap, fade the public steam on Minnesota minus 10.5, lean under 161.5 as the sharpest spot of the night, and if you're itching for action on the spread, hold your nose and maybe sprinkle Chicago plus 10.5 if it hits 11. And again, if you want to make more educated picks like this nightly, hit up splitlabs.net and get in on the data.
Real quick, if you're into breakdowns like this, you'll love what we've got going on at splitlabs.net. We track public betting splits across every sport. NBA, MLB, NFL, you name it. Plus matchup insights, team rankings, and even prop predictors to help you spot edges before the lines move. This isn't just picks. It's the same data the books are using to set prices, and we make it easy to read and actually use. You can try it free for 7 days, and if you like it, use code YouTube for 50% off your first month. No BS, no sportsbook affiliation, just clean, transparent data for smarter betting. All right, back to the breakdown.
And then we've got Game 2, Phoenix Mercury versus the Golden State Valkyries. And, well, we've officially entered the part of the slate where the books haven't even shown up yet. No lines, no spreads, no totals. The sports books are still sipping pina coladas on the MLB All-Star break. Honestly, it's probably smart. We've seen both of these teams be super volatile, and odds makers likely want to wait on injury reports or rotations before hanging a number. But what that means for us is we've got to play this one patient. No data equals no force bet, because there's nothing to bet yet. Let the line drop, let the money show itself, and we'll hit it with a cleaner read tomorrow. If you're watching this after the lines go up, check splitlabs.net for public splits on this game and follow us on all of our socials, Twitter, we're not saying X, I'm sorry, and Insta for game day data. For now, Game 2 is on standby, and we're totally okay with that. If you have early thoughts on how you'd cap this game, maybe you're eyeing a revenge angle, a pace mismatch, or a player prop, drop it in the comments. I'll pin the sharpest one. And that's the full slate. Just 2 games tonight, but if you read between the lines, or in this case, the lack of lines, there's still value out there. To recap, Split Labs leans under 161.5 in that Lynx versus Sky game, and we're passing on the spread unless Chicago creeps to 11 or more. Game 2, we're waiting on the books to wake up. No line equals no bet, but we'll be watching the board, ready to strike once it drops. Want the latest public money moves, live odds, and prop tools? They're all up now on splitlabs.net. Go tap in. Like the video if this helped, drop your best bet in the comments, and hit that sub if you're riding with the Data Squad the rest of the season. Until next time, bet smart, fade the noise, and let the public keep guessing. You already know, we're seeing it first at Split Labs.